Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, Jay Briggs here from Pickdawgz.com bringing y'all my NBA Jam session on January 20th, 2023, man. If you're looking for more of this great content, y'all know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop who y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like. If you're looking for my best bets, the ones that I'm placing tonight, and best bets from the top handicappers on the planet, check us out over at pickdawgz.com. Click that premium picks tab. And if you're looking for my $15 NBA Jam session play, you can click the link in the description. It'll take you right to my handicapper page, man. And my feature play every day is usually my $15 NBA Jam session play. We dropped last night, man. We had the Blazers. I thought it was a perfect bounce back and get right opportunity for them. They had been at home. Sixers had been on the road. Sixers had been teetering on a loss. The Blazers needed a game to get right, but it didn't happen. It didn't come to fruition. I'm sorry about that, man. We're going to bounce back tonight, as I love tonight's jam session play, so you can scoop that up over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Or the best thing I would say is it's Friday, and we got a huge card tonight in the NBA. We got NFL over the weekend, NBA as well, so I would advise to hop on a 3-day package, man. Get every play that I release over the weekend. We smashed last Friday through Saturday, and I plan on doing it again here this weekend. We got NFL this weekend. My boys are in action. Divisional playoffs, NBA. So a lot of great action, man. Hop on a 3-day package. Get all my plays over the weekend. Or you can just continue doing what you're doing. Continue picking up this free content or just buying the best bets. However you want to do it, man. However you want to do it. But you can follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ, and that's where I usually update y'all on late injury news and if my mind changes due to late information coming out of the association. And I also drop a free parlay on huge cards. And tonight on this Friday night, we got just that. So 9 times out of 10, I'm going to drop a parlay for y'all tonight. So follow me over there on Twitter. Let's make some money tonight, man. Let's get back hot and smash this weekend. Without further ado, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. In our first matchup of the night, man, we got the New Orleans Pelicans out on the road facing the Orlando Magic. Pelicans road favorites in this one, laying 1.5, total 228. I'm gonna be honest, man. This is a pretty solid line in my opinion. I think it's right where it should be. Pelicans laying about a bucket. For a small lean in this one in our first game, I will lean Pelicans. I do think they are the better team. Even without their top two guys, Zion and Brandon Ingram, I think they are the better team, and I do think they can go in here and get themselves a road win. I know we typically bet the Magic on their home floor. That's where they play their best basketball. 13-9 this season against the spread, covering in 59.1% of their home games. But I just don't like the spot for the Magic in this one, as they just played 7 straight road games, man. And they do return home in this one. And this first home game sometimes could typically be a flat spot, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case for the Magic here in this one. The Pelicans have been road warriors as well, as they've played 4 of their last 5 out on the road, and they're on the road in this one. So it's going to be their 5th road game in their last 6 games. But, you know, they're pretty comfortable with being on the road right now, as that's where they've been for like the last week or so. So I'm not going to read too much into it, as the Magic are coming off of a pretty bad spot as well. I do think the Pelicans are just the better team. Like I said, I do think this line is pretty efficient. But if you're asking me if I think the Pelicans can still go into Orlando and get a road win, I do. So for a small lean in our first matchup of the night, man, I'll lean the New Orleans Pelicans here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the New York Knicks out on the road facing the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks home favorites in this one, laying 3, total 230. We got a good one, man, as we know these two teams always go at it. They've played twice already this season. Both were in New York, and Atlanta won both of those, 113-89 and 112-99. We know Trae Young in the Garden always goes crazy, but this one is on the road in Atlanta. And we know the Knicks, man, are the best road cover team in the NBA. 16-6 this season against the spread, out on the road, covering in 72% of their road games, man. I think they could go ahead and keep this one close, if not win it outright. We've also seen the Knicks be really good at winning games straight up on the road, as they are the second best road team in the NBA. 14-8 straight up on the road. They've won 14 games, only lost 8. The only team that's better than them on the road this season is the Boston Celtics at 16-7. I like the spot for the New York Knicks here in this one, man. I know the Hawks have been playing better basketball, as they've won 4 straight. I'm looking at this injury report, though. It's looking like Trae Young is listed as day-to-day, and so is Bogdanovich. And the Knicks, man, they have lost back-to-back games after their little streak they were on, but I think this could be a perfect bounce-back spot and get right opportunity for the Knicks, working with double revenge, as they lost to the Hawks twice in New York. New York plays their best basketball on the road. I'm going to grab the points with the Knicks here in this one. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they won this game outright. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Golden State Warriors, the defending champs, out on the road facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland home favorites in this one, laying 7.5, total 226. And for me in this one, I'm continuing to fade Golden State, the worst road cover team in the NBA. Man, I'll take Cleveland. I'll lay the 7.5. Cleveland is the second best home cover team in all of the NBA right now. 15-7-1 against the spread on their home floor, covering in 68.2% of their home games, man. And I think they can go ahead and beat up on this Golden State Warriors team here tonight. Cleveland working with some revenge as they did lose to the Golden State Warriors earlier this season, 106-101 on the 11th of November in Golden State, man. Now they're in Cleveland. I think Cleveland runs them out of the gym. I don't love the spot at all for Golden State, as this is going to be their 5th straight road game. And we know Golden State is the worst road cover team in all of the NBA. 6-16 against the spread out on the road is this Golden State Warriors team, only covering in 27.3% of their road games. Like I said, their 5th straight road game. They're on a back-to-back as well. I just don't like the spot at all for Golden State, man. I could definitely see them sitting some guys here tonight, and I could see Cleveland turning up on their home floor where they played their best basketball all season. Looking at this injury report right now for what it is, earlier in the morning, Donovan Mitchell still listed as day-to-day, and pretty much the same injuries for the Warriors as it was yesterday. But like I said, on this back-to-back, I would not be shocked at all if Golden State sat some people, and this line's going to shoot up if they do. But I think it's pretty much reflected on that they're sitting right now at this number. So for me, man, I'm laying the points with Cleveland. Cleveland goes stupid, dummy, crazy on their home floor. The Warriors, you know, I fade them on the road every opportunity I get. They did get the cover last night, but they're on a back-to-back 5th straight road game. Don't like the spot at all. Lay the points with Cleveland here in this one tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Miami Heat out on the road facing my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks. Miami road favorites in this one, laying 1, total 233. And if I'm going to be honest, man, I think this line is disrespectful, man. I'm taking the Mavs on the money line. I know Miami's playing the better basketball right now as they've won 4 of their last 5, and my Mavs have lost 4 of their last 5. I know Miami is the healthier team right now as they started playing their best basketball when they got back healthy. And I know my Mavs are the worst cover team in all of the NBA, man. I know all of that. And I know I've been hating on this Miami Heat team as they're still the number 1 spot on my do not bet list. But I really think the Mavs win this game outright here tonight, man, if I'm going to be honest. And I think this line is disrespectful. I know the Mavs are the worst cover team in the NBA, but we talked about that in our last video when we talked about the Mavs, as they were just overvalued to begin the season, man. They were winning games, failing to cover spreads. And I think now we're getting back to the point where we're catching good numbers with this Mavericks team. Hence, they're a home underdog here in this one. I got to grab it, man. I'm continuing to fade this Miami team. I don't care how hot they get. They're going to return back to the median. And I think the Mavs get themselves a home win here tonight. The Mavs, straight up on their home floor, have played their best basketball all season. 16-7 straight up this season on their home floor are the Mavs, man. They've won 69.6% of their home games, and I think they get another one here tonight. Luka Doncic, in my mind, is still the best player on the floor here in this one. I wouldn't be surprised if he went crazy with a triple-double game, and I wouldn't be surprised if he hit a game winner in this one. It's a typical Mavs that we've been seeing, and they like to keep games competitive, tough the whole way through, but for some odd reason on their home floor, they just always seem to pull it out. I could just see this as a spot where Miami kind of cools off. They've just been too hot here recently. It's going to be their 3rd straight road game. And I haven't been overly impressed with their schedule here recently, man. I think the Mavs are the better team, and I think the Mavs continue to defend their home floor, man. We're getting them as a home dog in this one, man. 16-7 on their home floor this season. Give me the Dallas Mavericks, my favorite team. I'm taking them on the money line here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Los Angeles Clippers out on the road facing the San Antonio Spurs. Clippers road favorites in this one, laying 7, total 233. I'm going to be honest in this one, man. It's probably my least favorite game of the night. Probably not betting this one. If I were to lean anywhere, it would be a small lean to San Antonio. They're at home and getting points, which they usually are. And, you know, it's just a small lean here in this one. Both of these teams are 250-50 for me to really choose a hard side. I'm not sure which Clipper team shows up tonight. Is it going to be the Clippers that beat Houston earlier in the week, 121-100, or are we going to get the same Clippers that just got blown out in their last game on the road against Utah, 126-103? I'm not sure which one shows up tonight. And the Spurs, the same thing could be said for them, as they are probably the most 50-50 team in the NBA this season. What are they against the spread? 22 and 23 against the spread, exactly 50-50. San Antonio, some nights they want to show up, play good basketball, cover a spread. Other nights, man, they're getting blown out by the first quarter, and you know you're on the wrong side. I'd rather just leave this game alone, man. It's a real 50-50 type game. I could see the Clippers coming in here, blowing the Spurs out in a bounce back and get right opportunity, but I could also see the Spurs taking this game all the way down to the wire, man, and the Clippers winning it on a buzzer beater. So for me in this one, I'll probably just stay away, but if I were to lean anywhere, in a small lean, it would be Spurs plus the points for me here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Brooklyn Nets out on the road facing the Utah Jazz. Jazz home favorites in this one, laying 6.5, total 229. Taking the Jazz in this one, man. Y'all knew that, though. Y'all know I love taking the Jazz at home. I've been taking the Jazz at home all season. And they might be back at home, man. They might be. They went through that little stretch there for a second where it's like, damn, maybe the Jazz are that team that we thought they were going to be without Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. But then my guy Markkanen started to turn it back up again, and I think he turns up the heat on Brooklyn tonight, man. Brooklyn is one of those teams without their top two guys, man. You just fade them. Just continue to fade them. There's a few teams like that that without their top two guys who are their whole team, you just got to fade them. There's a lot of teams that's not, but there's a few that are. Let me think off the top of my head. Brooklyn is definitely one of them. KD and Kyrie are their whole team. Who else is like that? My Mavs are like that as well. Luka Doncic is our whole damn team. He don't play. We're fading them as well. Who else is like that? Is there anybody else? I would say OKC is kind of like that as well with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's pretty much their whole team. There's a few teams that's like that, man. Without their top guys, we just need to fade them. And then there's other teams without their top guys that still play pretty good basketball, like the Clippers, like New Orleans, and like there's a few teams that, you know, as well, it goes the other way. Memphis, even when they don't have Ja, they still play good basketball. But there's some teams that don't, and Brooklyn is definitely one of those teams, man. KD and Kyrie are their whole team. They're on the road on a back-to-back after losing to Phoenix, of all teams, last night. I definitely think that Utah can run them out of the building as well. I love taking Utah on their home floor. I think they run this Brooklyn team out the gym tonight. So give me the Jazz. I'll lay the points with them here in this one tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Indiana Pacers out on the road facing the Denver Chicken Nuggets. Denver laying 11.5 at home, total 240. Y'all know the golden rule, man. We're not fading the Nuggets on their home floor. I'm not sure if I'm going to bet this one at the 11.5. I might. But if I were looking at anything in this game, it's only the Nuggets, man. Y'all know the golden rule. We do not fade the Nuggets on their home floor. They did not get the cover in their last one against Minnesota, 122-118. We hated to see that. And we faded them the game before that, broke the golden rule. That was the game we broke it against Portland, 122-113. They did cover. Do not get me started on Portland, bro. I'm done with Portland. Portland is on the do not bet list now. I know y'all wanted to hear that. Y'all heard it. Portland is now on the do not bet list. But the Nuggets, man, they go stupid, dummy crazy on their home floor, and I definitely think they could do the same here tonight against Indiana. Indiana has not been the same team since they got injured. Halliburton desperately needs to come back for this Pacers team. He's their whole offense. He sets it all up for them. That's who else I was missing from the list earlier. The Indiana Pacers. Halliburton. I know we don't look at him in that light because he hasn't been an all-star yet, but I definitely think he was going to be an all-star this season, and he's the whole motor for this Indiana Pacers team. And the moment he went out, we seen they've now lost 5 straight games, and I think they got ran out of the gym tonight by the Nuggets, man. The Nuggets did beat them earlier this season, 122-119 in Indiana on the 9th of November. They're at home in this one where they've been completely dominant. Y'all know the golden rule. We're taking the Nuggets. We're laying the points here in this one tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the hottest team in basketball, the Memphis Grizzlies, out on the road facing the Los Angeles Lakers. Memphis road favorites laying 7.5, total 244. Whew, Memphis, man, they just been handling everybody, man. But tonight, I don't like the spot, man. I'm going to fade them. I'm taking the Lakers plus the points. Memphis just played 4 of his last 5 all at home. That's where they play their best basketball. Out on the road, Memphis is not the same juggernaut they are at home. I know they're red hot right now. I know. And I do think Memphis wins this game tonight. But I think the Lakers keep this one competitive all the way down to the wire and I grab the points with them. Memphis on the road this season, they're not the same juggernaut on the road as they are at home. Memphis on the road, 8-12-1 against the spread out on the road, only covering in 40% of their road games. Like I said, I do think they win this one tonight, but I think the Lakers can keep it competitive. 11-11 against the spread are the Lakers on their home floor. They've lost 4 of the last 5, I know, and this is going to be their 5th straight home game, and they desperately need to stack some wins, especially if they want to make the playoffs. I know Anthony Davis is on the horizon, man, but y'all got to get some wins before he gets back to keep pace. Y'all did well that last week, but since y'all returned home, man, this week has not been kind to the Lakers on a Friday night. I think they keep this one competitive. I know the Grizzlies be in that mode where they be blowing teams out, and they're red hot right now, this Grizzlies team is. But I think the Lakers put their best foot forward tonight, give the Grizzlies everything they can handle, and this game comes down to the wire. So for me, I'm going to grab the points with the Los Angeles Lakers, with the GOAT, LeBron James, and his supporting cast. Hopefully Westbrook doesn't throw this one in the trash like he did earlier this week. Hopefully he come to play tonight, and I think the Lakers can keep it competitive. So I'm grabbing the points with LA here in this one tonight. In our last and final matchup of the night, man, we got a really tough one. We got 2 of our favorite money-making teams this season going up at each other. We got the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies, a.k.a. the Cover Buddies, man, the best cover team in all of the NBA, on the road facing the Sacramento Kings, the second best cover team in the NBA, man, one of our other money-making teams this season, laying 3.5 on the Thunder Buddies, total 241.5. Damn, man, this is a tough one for me, but I'm going to lean on what I said the other day. I know the Kings have been red hot, won 5 straight. They're one of our money-making teams, man. They've been playing really great basketball. They've been beating up on bad teams here recently. We've been on them, too. They've been making us a lot of money as they are the second-best cover team in the NBA. But I'm continuing to ride the Thunder Buddies, the Cover Buddies, the best cover team in the NBA, man. And I'm just sticking to what I said the other day about the Thunder, man. I'm just going to continue riding them until they cool off, man. For me, on the Thunder, I'd much rather be on them in a loss where they don't cover than to fade them and they continue rolling, man. That's just how I'm looking at the Thunder right now. They're the streakiest team in the NBA. When they get hot, man, and they're hot right now as they've won 4 straight, beat Indiana, Brooklyn, Chicago, and Philly. Now they're on the road tonight facing Sacramento. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this one came all the way down to the wire and Oklahoma City won this one outright. I'm just going to continue riding these guys, man. The best cover team in all of the NBA, 29-16 against the spread. Sacramento, they are the second best team against the spread this season, but they're not as dominant on their home floor as they are out on the road. Just 12-11 against the spread this season on their home floor are the Sacramento Kings. Both the Thunder are 14-8 against the spread out on the road this season. They play really good basketball on the road, and Sacramento plays great basketball on the road as well, 13-7 against the spread. Hence why they are the 2 best cover teams in the NBA. But the Thunder are on the road in this one. I'm taking them plus the points. I'm continuing to ride them until they cool off, man. It's a tough one for me because I love betting Sacramento as well, but I'm taking the Thunder Buddies, continue riding them. Wouldn't be shocked if they won this game outright. And that's going to conclude today's jam session on January 20th, 2023, man. Thank y'all for watching. Smash that like button for your guy, man. Subscribe if you're new, and drop a y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like. If you're looking for my best bets, the ones that I'm placing tonight, and best bets from the top handicappers on the planet, check us out over at Pickdawgz.com. Click that premium picks tab. And if you're looking for my $15 NBA jam session play, my best bet in the NBA every night, man, you can click that link in the description. It'll take you right to my handicapper page, man, and my feature play every day is usually my $15 NBA jam session play. We did drop it last night with the Portland Trail Blazers, man, and as I told y'all a minute ago, they're now officially on the do not bet list. I thought last night was the bounce back and get right opportunity for them as they had been at home. The Sixers had looked like they had been teetering with a loss. I thought it was a perfect situation, man. The Blazers had made us so much money earlier in the season. We're such a good cover team, but I guess they're returning to the median, man. They're just not as good as I thought they were. Hate to see that, man. But I love tonight's jam session play, man. Scoop that up over at Pickdawgz Premium. We get back on track tonight, man. We got a long weekend ahead of us. I'm ready to smash this weekend. We smashed last weekend, man. So let's start this Friday off on a hot note and carry it into the weekend. As you know, we got football this weekend. We got NBA, all that great stuff, man. My boys will be in action on Sunday. So excited for this weekend, man. Let's smash it on this Friday. Follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ. That's where I update y'all on late injury news. And if my mind changes due to late information coming out of the association, man. How many games we got tonight? 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 10 games. Probably drop a parlay for y'all today on Twitter. We did not hit the other night. What was that, Wednesday night? We did not hit it on Wednesday night, man, but we were one game off. We're going to look to hit the free parlay tonight. So follow me on Twitter at Parlay Guy J. I'll probably release that around 5 o'clock ish on Twitter, man. Thank y'all for watching again. Been your guy Jay Briggs, man. Talk to y'all on Twitter. Talk to y'all in the comments. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.